Welcome back to Power Lunch. How will Twitter's courtroom drama play out? A new call from Rosenblatt says Twitter could win the fight. It's a change from their previous stance, and it results in a ratings upgrade to buy and a new target of $52 a share. Twitter is currently around 37. Barton Crockett joins us. He's senior analyst and managing director at Rosenblatt. Barton, you have to put your legal hat on for this one.
Correct. But it's interesting. I mean, I think in a market like this, you'd rather be wearing a legal hat sometimes than the fundamental hat.
Fair enough. What leads you to think they could prevail, and what does prevailing look like?
Well, I think that what we saw in Twitter's lawsuit against Musk was a detailed elaboration of everything they've tried to provide him in terms of explaining the issue that he's objected to most, which is spam bot calculations. And what we see is that they've done a lot to show him what they do, how they calculate it, have invited him to take a look at what they do. He hasn't necessarily fully participated. But what I see there is an effort at openness, at transparency that seems to belie the one hope that Musk would have to get out of this deal, which is that Twitter was being, not really disclosing fairly, that they essentially had to be fraudulent. And I think that the level of disclosure on spam bot, which is where his biggest objections are, kills that argument. I had many concerns about Twitter's disclosures, based on what Musk had been saying. And after reading what Twitter says in reply, those concerns have really evaporated. And I think in this case, the judge is likely to push Musk to complete the deal as agreed. And I think that's a great near-term setup in a market where, there's a lot of things that aren't going against you, but here we have a judge going for you.
And Barton, if you do believe then that Twitter will prevail over Musk and you're upgrading shares from hold to buy and the price target to $52, it sounds like you believe that not only will they prevail, but at the price at which, or at least close to, where Elon Musk had offered to purchase in the first place.
Correct. I mean, Twitter's asking for everything. And I believe that the judge will, stand with them, that they deserve everything. I think a modest kind of haircut of 3% or so would be consistent with some other contested kind of deals that we've seen settle out. I think about Tiffany and what happened in that situation. It's a comparable discount to that. A recent, situation that, I think you can look at here. I think that the only reason Twitter would even compromise a little bit is just the time value of money if this gets Musk to kind of, face the inevitable a little bit quicker.
What would be the downside risk then? Of course, I know you all sort of model this out as well. If we're sitting right now at about $36 a share, we're not really far from where Twitter had been trading on the trend line before Elon Musk had made this offer. So let's say you don't own Twitter now and you follow your advice, you invest in these shares here. What would be the downside if this doesn't go through? Will the price fall much further from where we sit?
Well, look, if there's no deal, I do think there's a ton of risk in Twitter's equity. I think their business is being damaged as we go through this. They're not able to give people retention bonuses, so they have attrition. The ad market, if we're going into a recession, is weakening. So I think that there's downside if there's no deal. I do think, though, that, we're highly likely to see a deal. Another thing that could happen, though, to submarine a deal is if, the unknowable, what happens if Musk completely decides to ignore what a court orders him to do here. And that I think is probably the most unknowable thing here. But, one thing we do know is that all of corporate America acts as if this Delaware court has power. And so the question is, can Trump buck that? I think they have the ability, for fines and for, orders, perhaps even, some other kind of penalties that certainly, we'll see them tested, I think, in this situation.